Like Penn State, I've had a couple of friends, people I know, just in general, email me that what a great win. It was the way they came back. I'll tell you, right before halftime, when they went down in the game, 14-10, I thought it was done. I actually taped it and I thought I'll come back to this and did something else. I was frustrated with how the momentum shifted.
Yep.
And then when they're down in the second half, what a great comeback. Your impressions, or from talking to people there, just what this win will do and how it sort of maybe lifted their spirits, confidence-wise.
At the end of the game, I was down on the field, and the atmosphere down there was really crazy. All of this exciting stuff at the end was happening right in front of the student section, and they were ballistic. There were a lot of former Penn State players there, partly because it was homecoming, and they were really into it. And I just felt to me like this program has kind of been in purgatory since the end of Joe, and now this crazy NCAA stuff and Sandusky stuff. It felt like a sort of a triumphant day, and I'm certainly reading too much into that, almost certainly, because next year this senior class is going to be gone, and they've got to recruit with all the sanctions, and it could be anything could happen. But it was an impressive thing. It was an impressive thing to see, and let me tell you, I am convinced of this. Bill O'Brien is coaching the pants off of this football team. They have a great attitude, and they're kind of on uncharted territory. You talk about the momentum changing at the end of the first half. I don't think that's as big a deal with this Penn State team as it would be with a normal football team, just because they're in such a strange situation. I mean, there's no way they're going to stop. They're going to quit. They're going to stop taking chances. They're going to stop letting it all hang out. It's just the rules are different right now, and it's a cool thing to see. It really is fun.
There was another play where Northwestern scored a touchdown in the second half, and supposedly the sideline reporter said Hodges went over to this defensive lineman, I don't remember his name, but said, "Hey, we're all tired. Suck it up," because it was his play. And you know what? It just is that mentality. There's no finger pointing. It's just this. You talk about coming together right now. That maybe won't happen next year because this group is so unique. But you
would have thought there would have been a ton of negative intangibles that have come from this, and in fact, there's a ton of positive intangibles that have come from it, and they really are playing. And it was 39-28. But 3 of those 4 Northwestern touchdowns, one was set up by a muffed punt.
Yes.
One was set up by the worst pass interference call I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And the other one was a 75-yard punt return for a touchdown. So the Northwestern really only drove the ball and scored one time.
And I think that says a lot about the Penn State defense.
Yes, that's my point.
And it says a lot about. I mean, Northwestern had a very good offense. I don't think Northwestern's defense is that good. They would have been 6-0 if they could have won this game.
Yep.
Offensively, they put up a ton of points. Defensively, they're not been as strong. But I'm saying that defense looks really good for Penn State, and this was a good quality win. I mean, we could say, oh, it's Illinois last week, it's Northwestern this week. This is a good, coached, and good athletic Northwestern team. Not like the teams in the past.
I would agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Gerald does a great job with them.
And now they've won 4 in a row. There's only 2 teams in their division of the Big Ten that don't have a loss, and the other one is Ohio State, and they play them. And next week they go to Iowa. The following week they have Ohio State here. And if they can win at Iowa, both teams are undefeated in the league going into that game, then Penn State's going to become a national story. And that's going to probably be an ABC-type game. Who would have thunk it?
Recruiting-wise, that's got to help them. I really think that, yes, there are going to be sanctions, but why wouldn't you want to go there in this offense? It's so far, the other Big Ten schools and the rest of the NCAA hasn't figured out what you're doing with the F and the Y's, and these guys are moving around.
That's right. They haven't figured it out.
Oh, I got to mention this. What's the guy's name? Swinetek? Is that the running back?
Swinak, yeah.
Swinak. Guy reminds me of Mike Allstott. I got to say this. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, he's terrific. And he was in August. He was their 4th string tailback. Now that's when Silas Red was still there, but still, he was their 4th string tailback, and over 300 yards over the last 3 games.
Silas who?
Yeah, who is that dude?